Hmm. That which is cosmic awareness is available. Please proceed.
Today is February the 22nd, 2022. Will Berlinghoff is the voice of cosmic awareness, and Dee Dee Farrell is energizer and questioner. Does awareness have an opening message?
That this awareness does have an opening message, a message for the public. That today's date, February 22nd, 2022, is highly significant for all of the twos that are contained, the energy of the duality, the energy of the feminine, and that these energies have come together not only for today, this auspicious date, but also since the 2nd of February 2022, which was also significant in the 5 twos that were contained in that date. And today there are 6 twos. And that there has been a period of time, 20 days since the 2nd of February, where it has been a highly activated time frame, a period of 20 days, taking in all from the 2nd to the 22nd, today's date. And that many things occurred during this time. There were the Peace March and the Peace Convoy in Ottawa, Canada, and how it was crushed down. One might say inappropriately to that which was the action of the peaceful protesters. There have been other events as well, such as the alleged arrest of Sonia Sotomayor, or the alleged release from Durham of a certain individual that had much to do with the spying on the president. And today, that allegedly Russian troops have entered into eastern Ukraine to support that which Putin is calling the free states, these newly recognized countries that Putin, has put out and put forward as independent countries or nations. And that one could say that this could be the start of something. But really, what this awareness is seeing here for all to recognize is that the 20-day period has been a very active time, and much has happened, but not only in terms of national and international events, but also in terms of personal events. That this is also a time frame that this awareness said months ago would be a time of going inwards, especially when external events are happening fast and furious. And that this type of introspection and inner reflection is still of greatest importance, especially when wild events are taking place. And that this period of time that has now been completed, this 20-day window, while it has been most active and many things have happened both inwardly and outwardly, that this does not mean it all ends today. It is only the beginning, if you will, for some of those events that have occurred, such as the opening of sealed indictments by Durham, or international actions by Putin, and perhaps in the next few days by China towards Taiwan, that are there to help you understand that you have 2 ways of looking at it and dealing with it. Not only this intrusion into the Ukraine, but all of the other matters, and as well that which is your own personal journey. That you have 2 ways of looking at it. You can be affected by the outward events and circumstances during this very dramatic period of time. Or you can look within yourself and say, I will not lose it. I will not go into fear. For one of the things that is happening is the promotion of fear around, for example, the Russians' incursion into the Ukraine. It is incredibly important during this time of hibernation to do the inner work, even if it is only in your prayers, or even if it is simply asking your spirit to help you come through a difficult period of time, either in your own personal lives or, as said already, in response to outward events. Remember, though, that all outward events really stem from the inward status that you hold, that which you keep within you as how to deal with life itself. And that this has been a very good period of time, not only for the actions that have happened and even those that have challenged you extremely, but also for that energy of allowing your own introspection, your own inner standing to come to the forefront for you, to recognize that when you respond to actions of others, whether they are in your immediate environment and in your personal lives, or they come from outside, even from countries far distant to you, and you allow those events to have sway on you, to have effect on you, and that you go into the fear and the panic, that this is what then controls your life. And your response to events will always be a personal way, if you think about it. Or you can look into yourself. You can say, if I am a creator being, a source of the spirit itself, and reflective of spirit, that which is within me, and that I choose not to simply go into that panic state or to believe what I hear on the mass news services, the mainstream media. And I hold that all will be fine. Fine, meaning fantastic, inspiring, neutral, and enthusiastic. That as you hold a new definition of fine for yourself, that you will see how you can quiet down the energies of panic and fear that are welling out. The last 2 years have been an example of this, and how the dark ones, the cabal, have applied much fear upon you, much fear in the environment, in the societies of each and every country on the planet. And yet here you stand on the 22nd of February, 2022, in the energies of the divine feminine, in the energies of the balance duality. And even though much may still be ahead, remember that you have reached this point and you can proceed now forward. Tomorrow is also important in that the peace convoy in the United States, in fact, several convoys will start out on their journey to Washington, D.C. And that it is there for you to understand that consciousness has shifted. And that which was not a response available a few weeks ago, a few months ago, even a few years ago, is now available, especially if you hold it within you. And you hold it all to be fine, that all will be fine. And that this is truly a convoy of peace to awaken the many who have been asleep. Not only in America, this too happened in Canada and continues. This too has happened in Australia and continues. New Zealand, France, Belgium, Holland, and other nations that have begun to awaken, and especially if you look over the last 20 days, how it has brought many to new understanding, new reflection, new inspiration. The tide has turned, and that which is the incoming tide is that of spirit and source. Remember this too as you look within yourself, that spirit is there within you. Look at this as you look at the outer reflections of the events that are occurring outside of yourself. Remember, you are not alone in that spirit and source is with you. Remember that spirit and source are also part of that which is the shift of consciousness that has occurred and is underway. Remember that these are paradoxical times, and that sometimes something can be this way and it can be that way as well. Therefore, this awareness leaves you today with the thought that you have reached a monumental point in the journey, your personal journey, as well as the journey that humanity is undergoing at this time. That this awareness asks that you always remember that you have power and strength within your own being to handle the situations that come to you, be they on a personal level or on a more outward level. But it is all up to you, and it is up to the choices you make in this journey that you are on, this incredible journey, where all will be fine, for all is fine with the world and with you, and most definitely with Source Spirit. This awareness is complete and it is done.